Hi guys, it's Carrie from Garden Rudiments. Hope y'all are having a great day. And today is the day that I'm going to start my tomato seeds. So I'm going to share with you my 3 secrets to success in my kit that I'm going to be using to start these seeds. I'm getting a little bit of late start. I would have liked to have started 3 to 4 weeks ago, but it is what it is. So we're going to start today and I'll show you how to have success. So I'm going to be starting with this Pro Hex Professional Seed Starting Tray. This is put out by Fairy Morse. I know everyone has seen these. They're very good to use. This has the hexagon cells. And the reason these are good, they make a very strong root system. They minimize transplant shock. And they also help prevent getting circular root systems. So we want our roots to grow down, put off many small, strong roots, instead of just kind of growing in a circle and getting root bound. So that's what a hexagon tray is good for. And these trays come with a dome. They have a bottom tray. And I'm not going to be filling all of this with tomatoes, but half of it will be heirloom tomatoes. I have ordered my seeds, and they've come in, and I'll share with you the names of the seeds and where I ordered them from. The second item in my success kit is this Apollo horticultural heat mat. This is a 9-inch by 20-inch. I have been using this since I think November. Haven't had any problems with it. When I ordered this one, it came with a thermostat. And I've had trouble keeping this set, but that's really the only throwback I've had, is just figuring out how to set it. But I keep it on from about 75 to 80 degrees. When you're trying to germinate seeds, they need 2 things. They need warmth and they need moisture. So keeping the dome on this seed tray helps hold in the moisture, and then having heat from this grow mat provides that heat that lets them germinate, because I think I've said this before, my house is kept at around 70 degrees. That's really too cool to try to germinate tomato seeds. So I'm gonna, when I've finished planting these, I'm gonna put them on this grow mat, and I'm hoping to see germination within 5 to 10 days. I think that is to be expected. For me, that's success if I get that early germination. And then my third element of this success kit is going to be my grow lights. You've seen pictures of my grow lights. I have the big high intensity 3-tier set, and then I have a small stackable set. And both of these come from Gardener's Supply. And I'll put a link to both of those in the description box, and also to the heat mat and the trays. These all can be ordered through Amazon. When using this heat mat, I keep it on 24/7. I turn my lights off just like we're having daytime and nighttime. Plants don't need 24 hours of sunlight. That's not going to help them. So I'm going to have my stackable grow light system on about 12 hours a day to start. And the whole reason for the grow lights is to prevent legginess. I do not have any windows in my home. I have plenty of windows. I just don't have windows that allow me to get the amount and intensity of light that I need to grow plants. So that's why my sweet husband invested in the grow lights for me. He knew I was passionate about it. He knew I would use them. They wouldn't just be sitting there, costing a lot of money but not being used. And he bought those for me for Christmas, and I'm very proud to have them. And I've had a lot of success with them. You have to learn to use them based on what you're growing. And then I've never had grow lights for starting tomato plants. I've always, tried to do the best I have, but because of our life circumstances, I've never tried to grow tomato seeds from our home that I live in now. So this will be a first for me just in this home. It's just been several years since I've tried it. But I'm going to start these. I'm sure I'll have a lot more tomato plants than I need. My husband said, "What are you going to do with all those tomato plants?" I said, "Well, actually, I only want 4 tomato plants." And that's basically how many I want to have in my raised beds. we love tomatoes. We love making salsa and pico de gallo, and I would like to can salsa, and I also like to make vegetable soup. So that's my plan. I want enough tomatoes to do that and to have some to eat. And then I'll just give away the rest of my plants. But it's also just fun just to see how you can start the seeds, see how well they germinate, how to take care of them. And it gives me more lessons on my grow lights about what I need to do. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna take my heating mat and I'm gonna set it back up, get the temperature set on it, and I'm gonna go ahead and plant my tomato seeds. And I'll just do a quick run through of the planting. You have success growing your own tomato plants from seed. The heirloom seeds that I ordered come from Tomato Fest. I ordered them from online. These are all heirloom organic seeds. The first packet I have is called Homestead 24. You get 25 to 30 seeds in the packet. All of these were chosen for what I think is going to be good in my area and for how I'm going to use them. So this is an all-around, the Homestead 24 is a good all-around tomato to use for canning. So like I said, I want to be making salsa and vegetable soup and things like that. Brandywine OTV. This is another good one. These can get pretty large. That's what I like about them. It's a good slicing tomato. And all of these packets contain 25 to 30 seeds. They sent me a bonus pack. It's called Yellow Marble. I would not have ordered seeds for a yellow tomato. In my head, you know how you are when you're a kid and you take a bite of something that doesn't taste good? Well, I did that with a yellow watermelon one time. You know, you just get a hold of a bite that you know it's off, that it's going bad. I did that with a yellow watermelon. And I'm the same way about yellow tomatoes. That has stuck in my head that I just don't want anything yellow, but I will try these. I'm sure they're delicious. And I think this one is a little lower in acid. And then a bush beefsteak. I love beefsteak tomatoes. They're great for slicing, good on a sandwich. A grilled cheese and tomato sandwiches sound really good right now. And then this one is the Milano Plum, a good plum tomato. And this website is really good. I think you'll like it. They have a huge selection of heirlooms. So these are just a few that I ordered. They're all organic seeds. They send you a little, like a PDF, but it's printed, on how to start your seeds, best practices, how long it takes for them to germinate and all that. So they send you a lot of good information, and I think you would really enjoy this. And it's called Gary Ibsen's Tomato Fest. So check out his website, and I'll put a link to that also in the description box. So I brought in one of my trays to try to control some of the mess. I'm in here doing this on my breakfast room table. It's cold outside, it's misting rain. It's the story of our life this last month. We've had a lot of rain. But I have Miracle-Gro moisture control potting mix in here, and I'm gonna go ahead and moisten it before I put it into my tray. I'm not gonna make it soggy. I'm just gonna get it moist, and this is how I'm gonna start my trays, and then I won't be watering them again until I don't see moisture in my dome. And then when I do water them, I'm going to water them from the bottom. I'm going to put water in the bottom tray and let the plants soak up that water, and then I'm going to pour out what they don't soak up. I don't want them to sit in that water. So remember, we need moisture and warmth to get our seeds to start, to get them to germinate. And I have put maybe 2 cups of water to this. And I'm not going to be filling all of these seeds. I think I mentioned that before. I'm not going to fill all of the tray with tomatoes because that's just too many. I know I'll probably be giving my mother some tomato plants and probably some of the neighbors that want some. My mother's not going to try to have a garden this year. She just wants to have like some patio tomatoes, some in, you know, containers. So I'm going to take her some. My dad always grew his own tomato plants, and he would buy one of these little seed starter trays, or he would just take something that he had there at home. And the way he would start them is we had this little closet off from the kitchen where the hot water heater was. And he would set his tray in there on top of that water heater because that room was always warm. And he would set his trays on there until they germinated. He also would hatch duck eggs and chicken eggs. He'd put them on there, and he was always so impatient to see if anything was happening. You could hear him in there opening the door, seeing if he had had any success yet. But I will never forget that growing up. Daddy starting seeds in there and hatching eggs. Just a little tidbit, so you don't have to have a heat mat to do this. You can set it on top of your water heater. So I'm going to start with the bush beefsteak. And my rows are going to be running this way. I got 5 rows. And then I think I'm going to start some cilantro on that last row. I said I wasn't going to plant this whole thing, but I guess I changed my mind. Just why not? So these lots have not been lowered for what spacing I will need for tomatoes. So once these germinate, I will lower these down until they're approximately 6 to 8 inches above the plants. Anything to keep them from getting spindly. This has a little probe for the thermostat that I stuck down into one of the cells. That will tell me, you know, if my mat is keeping it at the temperature that I want it on. But I've been growing my, on my mat. Look at them. Look how well they've done. They're just gorgeous. I'm so proud of them. And with the grow lights and that heating mat, these have done lots better than all my other ones. They're just really gorgeous.